Namaste and welcome back, Sagittarius, to your extended reading. It's a very beautiful thing, you using that spark from the Sagittarius full moon with with the Daughter of Wands here in the soul in the soul spot from the 0, and you're moving into the 10, things coming together with the 4 of Wands right here. And it's basically about you realizing that there is some potential. It's going to take some time. You got to make sound decisions accordingly, but you have all the strength to do so. This is what's leveling out in your reality. And the core card being that Ace of Pentacles is like there's so much potential for this taking off, and the only thing you need to do is like believe in yourself and get the timing right, because timing is always divine. Just got to make your decisions accordingly. So these are my party cards. They've been around me, like around Bali with me, brought me into some like beautiful after parties. They're a little fucked, but they hold a lot of great energy. So let's see, coming from the top down, this 10 of Pentacles, like your idea, what you want to manifest, is clarified by the 6 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and that 4 of Wands. Yeah, well, you really want for things to come together and feel as stable as they did, so you'll be able to share your feelings. A 6 of Cups is a card for like wanting to take your emotionality to the next level. Sometimes it's a card for nostalgia. Here is it is that boy sharing that cup with that girl. So since I have the idea of you like you wanting to be able to share a good feeling, to be radiant for the people around you, to have a good like community, you want things to come together for that, to be able to do so. And you're very passionate about this. So the Ace of Wands right here, it is coming from that Daughter of Wands, also realizing potential and like using your fire energy to make shit happen, right? That is your idea of what you want to manifest in life is very much determined on being able to like things working out, being able to share your emotions and be passion driven, right? So like really go for things, making them happen, and being able to share whatever it is you're gaining from that, right? And to share how good it makes you feel, to share that good feeling with other people, with the people around you, like to be integrated. And like here that 4 of Wands is like clarifying the 10 of Pentacles. That 4 of Wands is foreshadowing where you want to go, right? So part of that 10 of Pentacles is like, okay, I want things to work out and to feel like they're stable and homey and everyone involved is happy, right? That's what I need from this. So this is where you're going, and it seems like you're really fucking going there. On the other side, on the feminine side, the Temperance angel, that is the inside of things needing time, is clarified by the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, well, coming out of some energy that keeps you trapped in that, right? The only thing, like, it feels like a crossing card here. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is like things need its time, but if it's in reverse, you are kind of struggling with the idea that it's actually working for you. You think like time is running out. And that's why the Temperance is a little like a challenge, but it really like the 10 of Wands in reverse and the 4 of Pentacles in reverse is like not, yeah, well, not holding on to things that stress you out, right? So if there's a lot of things you need to do, you kind of, right? It's a funny thing, because if you got time, there's a lot of things to do that's matching up, right? So got time to do a lot of things. That's a positive side of it, isn't it, right? So the 4 of Pentacles very much is about control, right? So you're struggling with the idea of being too controlling, or rather, if you get the insight of things taking time, it is you finishing up with that energy. It's like, okay, some things are out of our control, so we have to let go of this. Trust in the wheel of fortune working, like in the time working for us, really, because timing always is divine. And just stop stressing out about that 10 of Wands, and like being able to see that you can take care of all of this. There's some things you can delegate, right? Therefore you have to trust and let go of control. So this is working together, right? And you're getting out of these energies right here that keep you a little trapped in in this idea of things like, God, we gotta get it going, right? And it is going into that spot of the 4, into that challenge row right here, which the Ace of Swords, which is clarity about that. So you're realizing something about that is going to give you a feeling of clarity and of knowing where to go. It's like, okay, it needs a little more time to close, but the fucking potential is all over the place. And it's so cool, right? Then you're moving into this line here, the Son of Swords on the left, which could be another person, doesn't have to. I feel like it's you. But it could be also someone in your reality that is trying to be hasty, is trying to make it work, is stressing out about things, and you're like, wait, things need time. So it can be that you're very much the grounding energy in this, because like if you really embrace that Ace of Pentacles, that belief, then you are a grounding energy. So it could be that the Son of Swords is kind of fucking stressing you out, and you need the strength to work with that person and kind of reel them in and be like, it's going to work out fine. Like, let me make the decision when we move with that Father of Swords energy, right? Here in the middle. So the Son of Swords is clarified by a 10 of Swords in reverse, by the Knight of Pentacles, and by the Page of Swords. Again, so the Son of Swords is basically clarified by the Daughter of Swords, fighting against the Knight of Pentacles, right? And it very much feels like that Knight of Pentacles is you, since you're coming from the 8 of Pentacles and from all that realizations, all that good energy, and like that healing period. The moment you realize things need time, that's when you heal from the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That is what is being like let go once you have the realization to trust. You have to trust, right? And then this World card leading into the Son of Swords right here, wanting to close out the cycle before time is right. It makes total sense that this Page of Swords here wants to move because he's so driven, struggling with the 10 of Swords, with all these ideas and like all these things he needs to take care of, like a little like the 10 of Wands, but more cognitive, right? It's more air energy. Swords are air energy, are mind energy. And then in the middle is that Knight of Pentacles that is like, we're going to move when it's time. Here's an offering, right? It's like the Knight of Pentacles very much here is a grounding force for this Page of Swords that is like, yeah, but I gotta think to make this right. I gotta think of this. I gotta think of this. It can also be information coming in. Right? It can also be information coming in where you realize, okay, like now I really know I had to wait for this information, and like I've been stressing out about stuff. So that 10 of Swords, it is like hitting rock bottom in a sense that you realize the more you think about it, the less you're going to solve the problem because you're already cramming up, right? And that Page of Swords is kind of, it can be an information that is speaking the truth about that. Right? It's like seeing the truth about getting out of your feet, getting out of your head, and being more in that Knight of Pentacles mode, in that actively grounding energy. Could be though that you actually have to calm people down around you, right? That you have to be a grounding force for people that are like, okay, but we need to get this project done, right? Yeah, very much feels like that. But then again, that Page of Swords, like it can be an energy that makes you realize all you have is that stability inside you and that trust for things coming in and coming together. So that final, that's why it couldn't happen before, because we needed to wait for that, right? Or that makes sense. So now we really know, and now we really can move and make a decision from that Father of Swords energy, not from the Son of Swords, right? Like a very educated decision. The Strength card balancing this, what's like enabling you. There's a lot of like that Strength card on the feminine side is the insight about also like needing the strength but having the courage. Like you need to have that courage, and you do have that. You are in that energy, and that's what's coming together in that Father of Swords. It's like, it's beautiful. And that Strength card is clarified by the Hierophant in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, seems like your challenge with that Strength card, because strength also means challenge, is always implying a little challenge and well, things you need strength for, right? So there's a Hierophant in reverse, which sometimes for me is like bullshit advice, right? Uneducated advice. Someone that is like it's posing like a mentor, but it's actually not coming from a super guided place, right? Or it's like, yeah, I very much get the idea, because it adds up with the other cards perfectly. There's that Page of Cups that is carried away by his emotions, right? Kind of working with the Page of Swords on the other side, kind of, right? And with the Ten of Swords also, like the Page of Cups is yeah, being carried away with your emotions, because they're in the middle. There's that Five of Cups in reverse, is yeah, I feel like it's the time is running out kind of deal, right? Because the Five of Cups is dealing with loss, right? It's dealing with a change in emotions that is change how you like in your emotional body, that is coming with some pain, whatever. And it very much feels like you're trying to calm someone down, or a side of you, calm that side of you down that is a little impatient and afraid of losing time and afraid of losing the battle, in a sense. But that's also all in reverse, meaning clarifying that Strength card is like you need the strength to get out of those energies, to stand above bullshit advice and like flip that Hierophant around and be like, one moment. Where is that really wise, spiritually guided decision to make here? Like, where is it coming from? Is that really that Son of Swords that just wants to like go for it and then, you know, maybe be a little too hasty and fuck things up? Or is it really like my own inner guidance system, right? Is it like, yeah, it's that trust, right? That trust is the true mentor, that trusting that everything is going to work out fine. And even if you have to deal with loss, with that Five of Cups, that is you pulling through that energy and knowing that everything is working out fine. Maybe it's going to come back together again. And even if, like, timing is divine. So even if time is running out, like you're losing time, the loss of time, you don't stress out about it, like this Page of Cups right here, trying to make shit work. And they're stressing out about it with this Ten of Swords, right? So you're overwhelmed by your feeling on the feminine side, And then on the masculine side, it shows like a Ten of Swords in reverse, where you're like, oh fuck, this is really heavy on my mind, right? It's like fucking with your head, all the things you need to think about, you know, fuck. And it's all triggered by that feeling being out of whack, right? But it seems like that Page of Swords working together with the Hierophant in reverse right here, so you realize something about the advice or the guidance that you are that you have been relating to, and it's gonna, well, it's gonna enable you to listen to your own guidance system, to your Father of Swords, right? To your, like, so to your own reasoning, right? That makes a shitload of sense for me. Let's see for the transitions right here in the diagonal surrounding that Ace of Pentacles, the Father of Swords, and maybe we can clarify more of that Ten of Cups right here on that soul development axis. We're coming from the top down, so let's see what the Ten of Cups is all about. There's a Seven of Swords in reverse. There's a Strength card in reverse. Oh, and the Devil in reverse. They've been in another reading exactly the same, but yeah, you could say I could shuffle the cards more, but then again, if it pops up like that, it pops up like that. And it very much seems like the Seven of Swords and the Devil costing you a lot of strength, right? So these feel like, yeah, Seven of Swords is a card of betrayal. The Devil is a card of indulgence and toxicity. So, like dealing with the people that want to be tricky, that want to skim you, that are like maybe emotionally draining because you're coming from that Ten of Cups in reverse, right? That are just like craving your energy and you don't even realize, right? That is costing you a lot of strength. And they don't even realize, probably because they're just fucking narcissists, right? That could be it. But if it's about a project that then maybe people are trying to cut corners and you're like, man, fuck, can't you fucking do that right? Right? Can't you just like pull some energy in? And it seems like there's some toxic people involved, like the people that their energy just not matching up with yours, and that's why it's taking you a lot of strength to like, yeah, maybe calm them down. We'll see, right? But it does make sense that the healing is gonna make you get out of this this betrayal, toxic situation, this over strategizing things and then not being adaptable, right? If it's not about other people, then the idea of planning it all through is going to be toxic the moment you realize shit happens and things take time, right? It's not going as fast as you wanted it to, so you got to adapt your plan, right? If you want to push through that plan, it's going to not end well and going to cost you even more strength because you got to fix things. So that could be that. If it's not about a person that is kind of skimming you or people around you trying to like get a hold of your shit or your energy, then it's probably that you're over strategizing when things are exactly not in your control, as they not always should be. Because if you open up, the universe has like a lot of ways to just give you free shit. Like if you believe in miracles, miracles can happen. And that's exactly the insight you're moving towards then, is the realization that the potential is going to hold up, and then it's just going to take some more time to close out that cycle. And you are like on the feminine side, the inside side, the receptive side of your experience, you're coming out of all these bullshit energies, kind of, right? The Hierophant, like, because they're all in reverse, and you're all like, they're all clarifying a Temperance and a Strength card. So that's like very beautiful major arcanas. Like your receptive side is really strong right here, and your masculine side is just like, okay, I want this, how do I go for this? wanting, looking for that insight, looking for that truth, wanting it, right? Then your feminine side is like, okay, breathe, man, you know things take time, you got the strength to pull through this, like give it time, it's gonna work, right? So that's the idea. And moving down into that last row, from that Ace of Pentacles, a High Priestess in reverse, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, well, it looks more and more like you have to lose the idea that people are going to take advantage of you. To be able to trust that things are working out, you have to lose the idea that people are taking advantage of you. Which kind of seems tough when realizing that, well, you're coming from that idea of betrayal and toxicity and needing strength. So people have been taking advantage of you, right? Then your challenge is basically to trust that things will work out, right? To get clarity, that sometimes you just need to sit and wait to get clarity. There's some information, like pieces of the puzzle missing. Then to move through that, your insight is, man, I've not been listening to my intuition, High Priestess in reverse, because on the other side, the Three of Swords is in reverse, meaning like I'm still heartbroken from that betrayal, right? I'm still heartbroken for people being in for the wrong reasons, and it's like, fuck. But you're coming out of that, like you're working through that energy. You got to work through that energy, right? So you can listen to your High Priestess again. That Five of Swords in the middle, it's your mindset around this shifting, right? In that case, it's a good card basically, because it is about like, yeah, it's mind energy and change, right? Five and Swords. So five is change and Swords is mind energy, and seems like you're making up your mind. You're working on believing in different stuff to be able to pull through this. It's like having the thought that it just wasn't meant to be, because it was supposed to get me to where I am so I can make a different decision. Like staying strong with your belief that the full potential is yet to be reached, and that's basically the challenge of this, right? So it seems like you've been hurt in the past from people being in for the wrong reasons, and now you're working through that pain. You got to work through that pain to be listening to your intuition that is gonna tell you basically that things are gonna work out, and tell you when to make the right decisions, so you can step into your Father of Swords right here, right? That is very beautiful. And that you can realize whenever someone is giving you bullshit advice, that you are not supposed to fuck them up, right? But just be decisive, right? And grounding in that sense. That is very freaking interesting. There's some more in here, I feel. Something more is in here. Yeah, you are that grounding energy, very much that Pentacle energy, but it could be that this Knight of Pentacles is an offer coming in the end, basically, an offer coming in, someone to save the day, basically, right? And that has been what you're waiting for, what you were waiting for. So it can be that, you know, there's a prediction. Ooh, be careful with predictions, right? So, but it's like you realize that stressing out about it just didn't make sense, because there was some offer to come in, some more information known that is like, okay, an information that is very much grounding you, with the Knight of Pentacles, like actively grounding you. It's like, why the fuck have you been stressing out? Here's the information. This is what we got to do. Chill the fuck out, right? So it can be either your energy or like some information, communication coming in where you realize, fuck, of course I would like, of course it's good that we waited. It's good that we're pulling through this, because we needed to know this first, right? We needed to get to terms with this, right? And that's when you truly get out of this betrayal situation, out of this heartbreak about distrusting your intuition because you've been trusting the wrong people before. And then you realize, well, it needed to be exactly the way it was to get you there. And you start to trust again. You start to trust that things are going to work out, right? And that everything is meant to be exactly like it's meant to be, to teach you something for the future. But the moment it has passed, there's no regret, right? There's no regret. It's just energy to work through. And it seems like you're working through that Three of Swords from someone hurting you in the past, which can be a love relationship. I feel like since it's coming from that Ten of Cups in reverse, it's like, wow, fuck, this actually didn't make me happy. And it seems like the realization is because they were in for the wrong reasons. They weren't exactly committed to the cause. Even if it's a relationship, they were like skimming your fucking money, or like, you know, and just taking advantage of you. That could be it. Or whatever, they're just not doing their job right because they give a fuck. That could be it, right? Or yeah, they were trying to be too controlling, but that was actually costing you energy because you needed to ground them. That could be it, right? So all of this is like getting you into that challenge of having to realize that you need to trust. You need to get out of that Three of Swords to be able to listen to your intuition. Therefore, you have to change your mind. This is these three right here. So you get to that place for the Father of Swords, right? From like feeling capable to make a decision, having the strength for that decision, the courage to make both decisions, and then also getting some like true clarity about this, because there is information coming in, definitely, like the information you've been waiting for to close out that cycle. Because there's that Page of Swords clarifying the Son of Swords, that is good news, or that is news coming in, right? And that news is going to very much confirm what you wanted to believe, right? If you're like, I trust this is going to go well, trust this is going to go well, and then suddenly you realize, yeah, fuck, of course, we had to wait. It was perfect the way it worked out, because we just didn't know at the time, but now it's there. And that is like a very grounding energy, very like confirmation, right? It's like settling. Very fucking cool. Very fucking cool energy. Seems like you're well, it's not a lot to do but to trust, and the moment you trust, everything's gonna fall off of you, right? Like if someone hurt you, double down on trust. Realize you were the one manifesting it because you weren't trusting. Just take that, just fucking take it and say like, shit, why do I manifest people like that in my life? Maybe because I subconsciously believe people are shit. Maybe that's a belief you should turn around, so you are manifesting more people in your life that are not shit, right? And that's when you trust that things are going to work out. The more you believe in them, the more you believe in their potential, that's when things are starting to work out really much in your benefit. I believe you got the idea already, and you're working through those realizations. That's like, finally I understand why the fuck I felt so hurt, and why I don't have to feel so hurt. Why it's good for me to double down on trust, really. double down on trust. That is the message here. It's a very fucking beautiful message. Sagittarius, if that resonated with you, thank you so much for being here. Drop a comment, PM me, give me some feedback. All right? And I'm so glad you're being here and following me on this journey. If you want, like I said, check the intro video if you want to know more about the spread and how it works. I find it very interesting. It is complex, but I find it very interesting, and it has a lot of relations in there, and I just love it. Thank you so much, and enjoy this energy, enjoy this life phase. Like, this Four of Wands is where you're going. Trust that. Thank you, Sagittarius. I love you.